I'm Juan Francisco, and I'm a psychic medium. I'm here with you to explore your intuition, the supernatural, and self empowerment. This is Third Eyesight. Hey, folks. So, this is going to be an episode with a recording from a live virtual mediumship demonstration that I hosted and conducted on September 10th, 2025. So, of course, when I was about to enter the Zoom, I forgot that my Zoom has not been working on my computer. So I had to use my tablet without my fancy schmancy podcasting microphone. So you're going to hear some muffled voice on my part. And on top of that, I've been getting over being sick. So between that and my coughing, please bear with me. But this evening had so many wonderful messages and so many deep, beautiful messages from Spirit for people in the virtual room. And I just invite you to sit back, relax, and listen to this unedited mediumship demonstration. Oh, and by the way, I forgot to hit record at the very beginning of the demonstration. Of course I forgot. So it's going to start right when I'm in the middle of telling people how I channel Spirit. Technology, folks. You know what? Just got to roll with it. Just have to roll with it. But here we go. Enjoy.
Hit record. So I'm going to say also very quickly that if anyone does not want to be recorded, just understand this is for a podcast. So feel free to hop off if you do not prefer that. But anyway, sorry for the interruption. But another reason I hit record, because it reminded me that the reason I want to record this demonstration is because I really want to show what unedited mediumship looks like. So I was going to say, if something does not resonate for you, if I give you a reading, please be honest with me. I am okay with admitting that I'm misinterpreting something. I'm not here to be a guru. I'm not here to be God or Jesus. I'm here to be just a human being who is willing to channel for spirit. But my goal is to try and be as accurate as possible for you. But if something doesn't resonate or you just don't know the answer to it, you can say, that doesn't resonate for me, or I don't know. And the beauty about a recording is that you can come back to it, and some things may resonate 2 weeks, a month down the line. That happens often with my clients. If something comes up that is a challenging topic, and we are in a public setting here, and you prefer not to talk about it, Spirit understands and I understand. This is a no judgment zone. So if I bring up something that's challenging and you say, Juan, I prefer to keep that personal, prefer not to talk about it, absolutely fine. This is about your journey and where you are at on your journey, and Spirit understands that. If something comes up that they're bringing up something medical, I will not diagnose you. I will not tell you have a cold, the flu, etc. I will just say that I'm feeling something in a part of my body that they just want to bring it up for you to do what you will with that information. Before we get started, I'll just give a couple minutes for any questions folks have about how this will work.
I have a question.
Sure.
If we feel like it could be us, do you want us to just unmute and or a chat? What would you prefer?
Good question. So if I'm giving a reading, the way this is going to start, it may be that I may pick somebody because I'm feeling being drawn to that person. But let's say that I'm giving you, Jamie, a reading, and Jen is thinking, wait, that sounds like my grandpa. That everything you're saying resonates. Please wait until I finish with Jamie. Or maybe if it's not resonating for Jamie and I say, does this make sense for anybody else? Then please feel free to use the raise hand function. Thank you. This is where my technological leadership, I need to remember to be a technological leader in the Zoom and tell people what to do. So thank you for raising that question. Any other questions?
I have a question.
Sure.
I am on an iPhone and I can see the chat reactions, but I don't know where the raise hand is.
The raise hand function should be next to the chat button. Also, if you can't find the reaction
I see it. If I click on reactions, it pulls up a whole thing. Sorry, I don't use the iPhone.
Feel free to raise your hand. Feel free to raise your hand. That's totally
Thank you.
All right, so let's get started. We're going to go up until the end of the hour, so 8 p.m. Eastern time where I am. I'm just going to breathe into it and see what I get and see if I pinpoint somebody or if I'm just going to start with the soul and start describing them. So I'm going to also put everyone on mute just to respect everyone's sound levels here. And remember that you are muted, so if I call on you to please unmute yourself. All right. Okay, let's see. Paulette, may I come to you? Hey, Paulette.
I'm sorry, I don't know why I couldn't unmute myself.
It's all good. I
Yes.
think we're all figuring out technology today. I, for some reason, forgot how to use Zoom tonight. Good to see you, Paulette. So, I think I may be with you. There is this soul. She feels like an older woman, and she's reminding me. She's using some of my memories of some older women in my family, my Latino side of my family. Not that she's Latino, but that there is just she's very, very expressive. And she's showing me the clothes she's wearing, and she's like almost like bragging to me, like, look at the shirt I have, look at the jewelry I have. And the color red is very significant for her. And maybe it was her favorite color to wear, or maybe it's somehow associated with her in some way. And let me just give you a little bit more before I ask you, she resonates. She's telling me that the way that she passed, so when spirit tells me the word cancer, it could be literally the illness of cancer, or it could be a similar condition where, for some reason, they use this word when they mean some kind of a condition where they were diagnosed with something and either it happened very quickly or it spread very quickly. So, would this person resonate for you?
It could be one of my great aunts
Okay.
that I I know that it's not my grandmother's. The thing that's interesting about what you're saying is that about 6 months ago, I was in some meditation group and some woman asked if she could give me a message, and I said, sure. And she said, do you know who the dancer is in your family? She'd be like maybe even older than your great grandmother. And she said her favorite color was red, and she was a
Mm,
well-known dancer, like in the village. And she said that she dressed like a Spanish dancer, like flamenco. But my
mm.
family, as far as I know, is not Spanish.
Okay. So I'm wondering, now I usually don't channel spirit guides. That's usually not the work that I do, but it's possible this soul is just so connected to you as a guide. But let me get a little bit more information and make sure that there's a relevant message for you. That's the most important thing, I think.
Okay.
Yeah, the color red is extreme. I mean, she's showing me red clothes, red lipstick. Um, the soul is telling me, have you had an experience recently or just a singular very vivid memory you have of being in the car and seeing something in the sky that was just like a big sign for you? Now a lot of people see signs looking outside their cars. It's a very common experience, but this feels like something that would be really stick with you.
I don't I don't know. I'm always looking at clouds and stuff. I
Okay.
I only remember just thinking like on several days like that the sky looked very beautiful, but I don't remember thinking I saw signs.
Okay, this would be a particular occurrence. And one of the first feelings I got also that I felt like I was wondering if I was in this in a car accident and I felt like something protected me. That's the first feeling I got. But more importantly, it was just the feeling of something being around me while I was in the car. So
I mean, could this have happened a long time ago?
absolutely. It's either
Oh,
something recent or a very vivid memory you have.
well, when I was around 10 years or maybe 11, my friend's older sister was going to drive us someplace, I think to the school, and I put my hand on the passenger rear door and I got a jolt. I saw like an image of a car accident and I said, I don't want to get in the car. I think we're going to get into an accident. And her older sister got very upset with me and said, oh my gosh, can you stop being silly? Just get in the car. So we all got in the car and then she got into an accident on our way to the high school. But I don't remember looking at the sky that day. I just remember feeling very strongly that I shouldn't get in the car.
Thank you for sharing that. And that's okay if you didn't look at the sky that day. The most important thing is that she was showing me that I was in the car and I felt the presence, whether it was a sign or I was in something had occurred. So just know that in that moment, your intuition kicking in, that was spirit working with you with your intuition. So just to remind you that you are divinely protected and you are always connected. And that may have happened at the age of 10, but that you have carried that with you. That's still a connection you still have. And maybe I'm wondering also if when you're in the car, do this safely with your eyes open while you're driving, or maybe you're the passenger. But if driving for you is a very relaxing thing to do, or maybe it's something to consider as like a moment for yourself to, whether it's you call it prayer or just connecting, I don't care if you put on your favorite song and you just that's how you connect the spirit. Having that moment with spirit in the car, there's something very important about having that space for yourself when you have the moment. Um, And then one more message. She is, do you have a romantic partner?
Yes.
Did you meet them through a friend?
No, I met them at a gallery exhibit.
Okay. Because she's talking about your partner and some kind of, I mean, it's arguably all romantic partnerships that are meant to be are serendipitous, right? But there's something like, do you feel like if you hadn't, like, did you almost not go to this gallery exhibit? There's something very serendipitous about, she's saying, how you met your partner.
Um, yeah, I was very tired that evening, and I was having problems at the time with my feet, but I used to walk and bike everywhere, and I just forced myself to go.
And then
And
you
that was
met
how I
her.
met him.
Okay, so this is just further validation of the message that you are, just to remind you that you are very divinely, we're all divinely connected, but maybe is something that you need to hear today, that you have that connection with spirit. It's not about reaching for it, it's just acknowledging it. It's there already. And her bringing up how you met your husband and just how things happen because they're just meant to happen. Just know that
Mhm.
you have followed the right path and just keep following your intuition when it hits you. Okay.
Okay, great. Thank
I
you so
leave your love
much.
with you. Of course, thank you. Let's see. Excuse me. Almost lost my voice last night at an event. That's why I'm having a lot of tea here. Is I'm feeling with there's a soul coming forward with a strong connection to Miami or South Florida. Now I'm from Miami, so I know it's a soul because I'm taking away my bias there as a proud Miamian and Floridian. Um, but this soul, there's Miami or South Florida, and I'm smelling a lot of yummy food, a lot of baked goods. I feel like I'm describing a typical American grandmother who moves to Miami. So let me get a little more specific. Um, with this, maybe it is a grandmother, but with this soul, something really important happened with her car after she passed. Like there was a major decision about what to do with her car. Um, I'm seeing a blue car. So Miami, lots of yummy food. And I feel like what the key component here to really know who's the soul is for is having to make a decision with her car. Would that resonate with anybody, these elements of this person? Okay, let me see what else I get here. She's bringing up, I feel like she may have been Catholic because she's showing me the Virgin Mary, Mother Mary, and a rosary. Let me see here. Brittany, I feel drawn to you for some reason with this reading, but it seems like it may not resonate. But I want to see what else I can explore here with you and see maybe if I'm misinterpreting something. Um, would you have any connection amongst your loved ones with Florida or South Florida? Oh, I'm gonna ask you to just unmute.
I couldn't get to the screen.
Okay.
I have a friend that's down there now, but it's a guy. He has a family down there.
Okay. No, I don't want to make you feel like you have to make it fit.
Yeah.
Um, as I'm talking to you, Brittany, there is a man that's coming forward, and he feels like he passed before his time. Now I don't know if I noticed on your arm tattoos while you were talking, but this person, tattoos are very important to him. Um, and I'm looking at him, excuse me, and I'm feeling like if I had known him, I would have thought, how could it just was a very sudden passing. It's like I'm looking at like his, I don't know if it's his stature or his strength, his physical strength, whatever it is, there's something about him looking at him and thinking, how could this have happened? So do you know a male who passed before his time who sounds like someone like this?
I do, but I wasn't close with him.
Okay, that's okay. Let me see if there's something relevant for you here. Based on what you knew about him, did he have a very like tough demeanor? Because
Yeah.
he's like a little macho, but he's not a doesn't seem to me like a bad guy or a mean guy. Just like he kind of like he's telling me I put on an act sometimes. I did it sometimes, but I was a nice guy. Um, Now he shows me having like very, very short, like crew cut or like a bald head, which kind of like added to his haircut added to just his stature. Did you know him through like is there like something about fitness that is connected with him, like how you knew him?
Mm, so he's my daughter's father, stepdad. My daughter's father
Okay.
did fitness. I don't know like what they did together. They might have.
Okay. Um, this is random. Ah. You said this is your daughter's father's stepfather.
Yeah, something.
Okay. Well, it could be. I think I still want to make sure this fits for you. Um, you started cracking eggs. And I'm looking at his stature, his demeanor. I'm like, it's just a funny picture to me, like he's about to bake, which not that men can't bake, everybody, but it's just a funny picture. But so does your daughter like to cook, or is there something with like baking that she's really into?
She's only 2. So
Oh, okay. She shouldn't be cooking yet. It's too dangerous. Okay, let me see what this means, why he's cracking eggs. And
they have chickens, lots of chickens.
who had chickens?
They have chickens. Him and his wife had chicken. They still have the chickens.
Okay,
So
that
you
might
definitely
be
get
what
the
it
eggs
means.
from there too.
Okay, that might be what it means. This is where I get something I have no idea, and this is where y'all are helping me out. Okay, that makes sense. Okay. Um, so I just think he's coming through. And it's totally up to you whether you want to share this with the folks who need to hear it. It's completely up to you. But I feel like he's just coming through to say hello and that he's fine and at peace. And just because I'm feeling like he passed before we feel like it was his time.
Mhm.
Just it's very important to know that he's at peace and that he's around, especially the reason when I saw the eggs and I asked about your daughter is because his presence around your daughter, I don't know how much time he spent with her. Did he know her?
Yeah, he met her a few times.
Okay. I
We
just
ended up splitting, so we weren't together that much.
okay. Well, I feel like he's a very protective energy for the family, and especially there's a lot of attention for your daughter, a lot of love for your daughter, and whether or not he knew her extremely well or not so well, there's just he's part of the spirit family, and he's looking out for her. Um, and do you have a romantic partner?
Yeah.
He is was this person we're talking that this guy we're talking about, was he someone that like bust people's chops? Like he would just like he's like teasing.
Yeah.
Okay, he's like lightly and lightheartedly teasing your partner. I don't know what about, but he's just like busting his chop or busting their chops. So,
He sucks at his dad jokes, we call them.
I see. Okay. Well, he's still cracking the dad jokes and he's doing a lot of teasing. But this just to confirm that he's at peace and that the way he passed had no impact on the state of his soul.
Okay.
So I leave his love with you.
Thank you.
Thank you. This Miami grandma's still over here somewhere, but we'll let her be in the waiting room for a little bit. All right, let's see. Nicole, may I come to you? Nicole Huffner. Um, oh, I'm not sure if I can hear you.
Can I hear you? Hold on a second. I'm having.
Oh, you're good now. We're good.
Yeah.
I'm feeling the energy of there's a very young soul.
I'm having problems with connection.
Oh, can you hear me?
Can you hear me now?
Yes. Yes, I can hear you.
Hold on 1 second.
Okay. I'll give it a beat.
Yeah, I'm just having problems with my things. Go ahead. I'm
It's all
listening.
good. I don't know if I don't honestly follow astrology too closely.
I still
Maybe I
can't hear
should.
you.
You
There
can
you
hear me?
go. I can
Oh,
hear you now, John.
okay,
I
great.
got it. I
I
got
was
it.
gonna say maybe there's a planet in retrograde Gatorade. I don't know what's going on tonight with Zoom and us, but it's all good. It's all good. So Nicole, I feel the energy. There's a very young soul. I'm feeling that it is a boy. Um, are you aware of a young soul, like a child who passed in your circle?
Not no, not that
Okay.
I'm aware of.
I'm gonna keep describing what he's showing me. And if it doesn't resonate for you, maybe I'll open it up to the group. So this young boy, he comes forward and he's not telling me yet how he passed, but what's important, he keeps playing with sticks. So the way I'm going to interpret that is maybe he was in like in Boy Scouts or in some kind of like troop, scouting troop, and that was a very important, fun part of his life. Um, so there are a couple folks here that I know from other parts of my life in psychic world. And pardon me, Nicole, but I want to ask Thea. Thea, I know that in the past I have channeled a young boy for you before. Would the scouting make sense? Boy scouting?
Uh, my son was a Boy Scout. He's older now, but with lots and lots of issues. So fitting it together, that was a wonderful time in his life.
Okay. I do feel like this young boy is in spirit.
I do know a young boy in spirit, but oh gosh. He would be an adult now in spirit. But yeah, he passed when he was young. It wasn't Boy Scouts that I recall. It was baseball.
Baseball. Okay. Okay, Nicole, let's get back to you. Okay. So you've known a boy who
Yeah,
passed in spirit, but a long time ago.
a long time ago.
Okay.
Yeah, so he would be like an adult now in
Okay.
spirit. Yeah.
He's still not showing me how he passed, but he's giving me the feeling if I may describe that to you, like the feeling of of his passing. So like the emotions I'm feeling, it feels like something coming out of nowhere. Um, whether it was impact to his body or that's what it feels like, something coming right out of nowhere. Now, if it was an illness, maybe it's describing an illness that just came out of nowhere, but I do feel like my body has been impacted by something very quickly. Would this
Okay.
resonate for this young boy?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes, that would resonate with his body. Yes.
Okay. And going back to, so you mentioned baseball. He is the picture of him playing with sticks outside is so clear. Um, so would you say that he was a young boy, of what you know of him, that he liked to play in the dirt or liked to play outside a lot?
Yes.
Um,
That I would say. I didn't know him too well, but yes, he definitely liked to be outdoors.
okay. May I ask you how you're related or how you are connected to this boy?
That would be my husband's nephew.
Okay. Because when I asked him for just some more details, he immediately brought forward the Archangel Michael. Um, and I don't know if that is something that would resonate with the family, like specifically knowing that he's with an archangel. Um, in other words, when his soul passed, he was surrounded by a lot of protective, loving, divine energy. His soul was not alone, wasn't lost. He was
Mhm.
immediately protected on the other side and embraced. Um, do you know he wants to talk about his mother.
That I can
And
understand. His mom, I can completely understand. Yes.
okay,
That would be my sister-in-law.
okay. Um, this is where I always really want to be delicate because it's someone's child, of course. Are you aware if she has kept something in a little box or a locket of like his hair or something else in a little box of that belonged to him or reminds her of him?
Uh, I would not be aware of that. Um, I could find out, but I would not be aware of that. But she has crossed over with him. She's also on the other side.
Oh, she's crossed over. Okay.
Yes, she's not
So
here anymore.
if you find out that when she was in the physical world, if she kept something of his, this is just further validation of the state of his soul. He's at peace. Um, I am asking now that you've told me that she has passed and she's on the other side. I did ask him, does she want to say something? And she's feeling to me a little bit more reserved. So I'm curious if that was her nature, just maybe not extremely extroverted, but just a little bit more reserved, just in nature. Do you know if I know, given what I just said, despite what I just said, they're showing me now together, like, did she do dance classes or did she really like a certain dance?
Not that I'm aware of, and she definitely was not reserved. She was very outgoing, very,
Okay.
yeah, definitely had voice.
Okay. Then I wonder, she's like, he's in the foreground and she's staying in the background. So I could be misinterpreting her personality, but she's not saying so much. But the dancing, I, I don't know what it is about like taking it like a waltz or a salsa or like he took a dance class and it's something that was like even though she sounds like she was very extroverted, it was still something that was kind of out of the ordinary for her. So if it comes to mind, just know
Sure.
it's validation. But I do strongly feel his energy and just how much he's been in a very good place the whole time, and it's his soul is at peace. But thank you. I leave their love with you. Of
Thank you. Thank you so much. Thank you.
course. Let's see. So this next soul, they're putting me at the time of their passing. I'm next to them as they're passing, and there's a clock in the room, or I'm just looking at the time, and as they're passing, I'm looking at the time to remember so I could remember what time they passed at. You see what other specifics I get. Okay, I'm gonna go ahead and just ask at this point, does anyone resonate with being at someone's bedside as they passed and intentionally looking at the clock or the watch so you could remember this is the time they passed, and then feeling something in the room when it happened? It's a very visceral thing I'm feeling. Oh, that's you, Brittany? Oh, all right. I'm not sure if that's for you, Brittany. I saw you wave your hand, but okay, let's see. Oh, Thea?
So, yes, all of that resonates almost on point with a little variation.
Sure.
Should I elaborate?
Yes, completely fine.
I woke up with a start. I looked at the time and I knew it was very close. And it was my husband, and we had a few words. I was talking, and it was clear that it was happening. And I was trying to make it as peaceful as possible. And there was a very definite something in the air.
Okay.
I don't know if that's me. I can tell you what time it was.
That's okay. I think what's most important is that you had that experience. I feel like I am with you. And just for context, folks, I have read Thea in a mediumship circle in the past. I think I brought forward your husband in the past too. Um, was he somebody, I don't know if I don't think I've covered this with you before regarding your husband, but was he, as opposed to being someone who was verbose or very expressive, was he someone who would just say a lot with a few words? Because
Absolutely.
I'm asking like, what would you like to share? What would you like to say? And he goes, I don't have much to say. I just want to say this. And I want to make it like but doesn't mean it's less important. It's like he has important things to say, but he's gonna say it boom, boom, boom. Like she'll know, boom, boom, boom.
That's
So
exactly right.
his personality is extremely strong. Um, are you making plans to do something different with your home? Are you changing up a room or renovating?
Yes.
Okay. So he wants to say, he's like, all he says is, it's cool. Period. It's cool. That's great. So whatever changes you're making, because I'm going to make an assumption here that is this the home that you lived in with your husband? I'm sure there could be some emotions like I'm changing something after he's passed and he says, do the changes you want to. It doesn't change anything about the memories we've had in that home. Make yourself happy. This is a space you have to look at, to live in. Make it a happy place for yourself. It's cool.
He was very particular about everything. He designed it, and it was just fine, Chris. I trust you completely. I'll go with it. And so that is very fitting.
Okay. And the way he wants to frame it also is, this was our home, and in my transition, you are in this home yourself, and this is your gift. This is a gift to you. Like embrace the home that we lived in and make it your own. Make it your own. Um, did he like to I forgot what they're called. Uh, did he like to fish or did he like to wade in water? I'm seeing
He
wading boots.
He loved to fish. He loved to fish. And um, in the recent past, before he passed, he got waders.
That's what, okay, they're called waders. Okay, listen, do I look like I fish? So I have no idea what those are called. Okay, waders. Okay, because he's showing me the waders. Do you keep them by a door, or are they standing somewhere?
They are down in right next to the garage door.
Okay, so just know that he is, I mean, you know he's around you, and
Of
that his
course.
love for you is as big as ever, even bigger than it ever was in the physical world. And just all the changes that you're making in your life, the decisions you're taking, that he is just, he's smiling down at them, and that he wants you to honor yourself. That's the main message here, is to honor yourself in all the changes that you're making. All right?
That's beautiful. Thank you very much, Juan.
Thank you, Thea. Um, Nico, Judd, I feel very pulled to you, but I'm not quite sure what soul is coming through yet. But there's an energy that wants to chat with you. Excuse me. As I sip my tea, I'm gonna see what I get. So there's Nico, there's a male spirit, feels like a man to me. And this feels like somebody that you looked up to as a role model. And maybe they were a father, a father figure, but this, more importantly than what their specific biological or whatever kind of role was in your life, it's just more importantly, they were just a role model for you, this person. And um, well, no, I feel like I need to get a little more than that. I get hard on myself, as you can tell. um, he is he just has such a he comes forward as though some sort of like a gentle giant, but sometimes when spirit shows themselves tall, it could be literal, it could be that their energy is just big. But does this person sound familiar to you? Someone who was like a sort of father figure, but maybe like a role model for you. But I feel like I can trust myself with this person. I can be myself with this person, and they're showing me their energy, like they look physically tall to me.
Oh, that's very interesting. And when you said gentle, I thought of my grandfather. But he wasn't particularly tall, but he was an incredibly gentle soul, and he was my birth father's father. So, who my birth father passed when I was a kid, so he sort of was a little bit in the place there.
Okay. Is your grandfather, do you associate him with like collecting coins or like medallions?
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah.
Now,
Buttons, coins. Yeah, there's a bunch.
circular things.
Yeah.
Okay. Um, he is like, is that something that the way he's making me feel, again, this is a no judgment zone, okay? But he's making me feel like I'm looking at him collecting these items and I'm thinking, why are you collecting buttons? And like people around him are like, why do you, but he enjoys it. And so okay, I don't like using this word, but the word he uses is, some people thought I was neurotic with the way I collected my things, but whatever, I enjoyed collecting them. So is it that people have like, did he just collect a lot of things? Like, did he tend to have like a lot of stuff?
He was a World War II veteran,
Okay.
who was in the Navy and was there at D-Day in Normandy. And I feel like he had a lot of collections of things, and they were very meticulously labeled. And he was a very nostalgic person. I think that there was something that really helped him, kind of that severe tragedy and that
Hmm,
trauma. I think that some of the collecting of those things kind of helped him a
got
lot.
it.
Yeah, I
He was
never
very
understood.
organized.
Yeah, yeah.
Okay. Okay. It's funny because I heard the word neurotic and then he's like, no, organized.
Come
Organized
on now.
one.
Yeah, yeah.
He wants to talk about, so you said this was your biological father's father. Um, he wants to talk about your mother. Um, do you remember if they had a very, he's making me feel like they had a cordial or some kind of like, I feel like they're joking with each other. Like, would you
Mhm.
say they had a cordial relationship?
They had a very sweet relationship, even after things got pretty sour between my mother and my father's family.
Mhm.
She stayed very close to him throughout her life. Even like I would say he's kind of her father figure too in some ways.
Mm,
Yeah.
okay.
Yeah,
Is your mother, I'm sorry?
he loved my mom. Yeah,
That's beautiful. Is your mother in the physical world?
she is.
Okay. So again, like I told someone else, it's completely up to you if you want to share this message with her, but I feel like he's coming through to acknowledge to her that he's still very much around her and that
Oh.
relationship they had stronger than ever and that she can, and I say this to you too, she can just talk to him. I always tell people praying to spirit, it could be as easily as I'm like the way I'm talking to you. It's like picking up the phone. I can't say how many times I ridiculously go, "Hey God, how are you?" Like as God needs to be asked how they're doing, you know? So it's just so simple. So just remember that you, Nico, and for your mom, if you decide to tell her, like you can just talk to him. And I feel like he is um do you sing?
God, no. I used to when I was a kid and then
Okay.
stopped, but I enjoy it, but not in front of anyone.
Okay. Well, he's bringing up you singing. Now,
Oh.
you don't have to be on a stage, just,
Mhm.
and is not to be prescriptive with you either. That's not what Spirit is about. But I feel like he wants to tell you that singing could be a really wonderful way for you to, even the silence and the privacy of your own room, to just unleash, let go, release. Like if you're familiar with like the throat chakra, like activating your
Yeah.
throat chakra, speaking your truth, and just be silly. Feel free to be silly in your whatever space you want to be in. Just do it. Um, if that so resonates with you to do that. So just he's really encouraging you to. I think it's more than just about singing. It's about just being truly yourself and not caring what people think. Speak your truth, but also just in the way you express yourself. Just be. And he wants to celebrate that.
Hmm. Thank you.
I leave his love with you.
Thank you very
Thank you, Mika.
much. Thank you.
Alrighty, we have 15 minutes. Let's see. I'm actually glad it's a smaller group than we initially had signed up. It makes it much more intimate. Um, Conductor of Spirits. I think I've seen you on Spirit Social. I think I recognize you. Remind me your name, please.
Kevin,
Kevin. Yes, good to meet you.
nice to meet you as well.
Um, is your mother in the spirit world?
Nope.
Okay. So I'm just gonna keep going with this woman that I'm feeling. Could be grandma, but let me just see what I get here. Do you have a connection? Do you have any connection in your family to the East Coast? Well, specifically, I mean, New York City.
No.
So I'm gonna show you what this woman showed me. She showed me Coney Island. And so I feel like I'm in some kind of like beach spot, like fairgrounds, like it's like Atlantic City, Coney Island kind of energy where I'm at with her. Um, wonder if this is Miami grandma coming through again. Moved from New York to Miami. Um, Let me see. This she's showing me, Kevin, that so in addition to whatever this place is that feels like a very festive beach or coastal place, she's showing me her fingernails, and I feel like her fingernails look a little blue. So the way I interpret that, when this has come up in a reading before, it means just like it could be either diabetes or a cut of circulation to the extremities. So would there be an older woman in your family who struggled with some kind of condition like that?
Possibly.
Okay. Is there a Sue or Susan in your family that this would resonate with?
No.
Okay, I'm not surprised. I'm never good with names. So I'm even surprised you even said it. Hmm. Okay, I'm gonna share this other thing, and if it doesn't resonate, then we'll keep going. But she's showing me her driver's license or just her ID, and I feel like in her older age, there was some kind of mix up with the DMV. Just so specific, but like I'm gonna give you an example. I'm not saying this is exactly the scenario, but let's say she was driving one day or she had to go to do something that required her ID and she did not realize it expired 5 years ago. It's something like that with identification paperwork where it just caused like a big frustration for her. Would this trigger any memories?
No, I don't
Okay.
think it's me.
Okay. Would this resonate with anyone else? It was um Coney Island, Atlantic City, like coastal, festive place. Um, loss or less circulation to the extremities, the fingers, the toes, and then something with their ID, their driver's license, that was like a snafu or something frustrating. Miami grandma strikes again. I bet it's her. All right, let's continue. Let's put a bookmark on that one. Jen B, may I come to you? Let's see.
Sorry, I was
Hello. No, it's all good. Um, the soul that's coming forward for you right now seems to be around your age, and I'm feeling like they're a female. Um, so did you lose a friend or someone around your age that you were close to?
um it
This
was
feels like a while ago, by the way.
a while ago.
I think so. I think it's a while ago.
No, it's just been like mailed, I guess.
Okay. Let me see what else this one has to say. Hmm. Yeah, she's showing me a friendship bracelet, so it feels like hmm.
Mhm.
Okay. So I still feel like I'm with you. I'm gonna try a little more. This soul, do you eat a lot of candy bars? They're bringing up like Mars candy bar. I mean, I eat a lot of candy bars. That's not uncommon, but yeah.
Eat a lot of candy bars, but
Okay.
not Mars, but yeah, other ones.
Okay. Yeah, she just has me sitting with you, like she's putting me in her POV, and we're sitting together, and we're eating candy bars together. Um,
I don't know.
um, your mom is in the physical world?
Yes.
Okay. She says about your mom, um, okay, this feels like, I mean, I know this is possible that this can happen, but it feels like a cop out on my part. But are you aware of your mom having ever had a lost pregnancy or a pregnancy that wasn't carried to full term?
Yes, definitely.
Okay. Would you say that it would have, and share whatever you're comfortable sharing, okay? But would you say that that incident or that occurrence would have happened like within a year or 2 years of you being born?
Yes, it was before me then, I would say, like
Okay.
a year or two before me, definitely.
I'm wondering if this is who this soul is. Um, Now, just for a disclaimer to everybody, I believe that we are all made of soul energy, whether we are carried to full term in a pregnancy or not, and there's no judgment that spirit has about decisions made or things that happen during a pregnancy. So I'll be very clear about that. So this soul comes forward with a lot of love. But I want to get some more evidential information to really make sure, Jen, that this is, because if this is the soul of that, if it fits that soul, then this means this is a companion soul for you, just a soul that's been with you throughout your whole life. Um, she's showing you playing, I see softball, but were you very involved in sports in school?
Yeah,
I mean, I do
definitely.
see you're also wearing a gym shark. I can make that deduction, but I mean, I go to the gym and I hate sports. So, but okay, so, but was it softball or was it like
Um,
baseball?
I played soccer and then it was mostly cheerleading, but very
Okay.
soccer, yeah.
Did you, uh,
But I go to a lot of baseball games, so I don't know if that's
okay,
yeah.
but in any of your games, did you, she's showing you like, I mean, so many kids get hurt playing sports. It just happens, right? But did you get hurt a lot? Like broken bones a lot? Like more than you would, like, there's something important
No,
about you.
I've never broken a bone. I mean, I sprained my ribs once, landing wrong. But that's about it.
Okay, okay. That sounds like it hurts a lot.
It did.
Um, I feel like the soul, the reason I asked you if it was a close friend, because the soul feels so tied to the hip for you, and I saw a friendship bracelet. And so the way I'm going to interpret this based on what we've shared together is that I believe that this is the soul of that pregnancy that wasn't carried to full term, and that this soul has grown up next to you. And it's a sibling soul, and it's very protective of you. And the reason they brought up you getting hurt in a sport is because it's like they're looking after you. Um, okay, now she is bringing up. Now I know you mentioned when I asked about people like a girl around your age, you mentioned there have been males who've passed around your age,
Mhm.
and it feels like she's bringing forward one of those males. So this soul, um, they immediately brought me to their passing, and I don't want to be too graphic or detailed, but are you aware of someone who had a very tragic graphic passing?
Um, there is, well, one of my friends, but this was like when I was in maybe like high school days.
Mm-hmm.
Um, he
Okay.
did. But then again, my dad also had a very tragic passing, very graphic, I would say also. So I don't know if like which.
Okay, so sorry, I keep coughing, folks. Um, so I'm gonna describe what I'm seeing, but I'm gonna be very careful about how I describe it. Okay. So I do see, I'm looking at this person's body, and I feel like they're on the floor, and I do see blood around them. And I feel like either they got hit by something. I'm feeling like something in my head, but I feel like that's how I passed. Um, would that resonate for someone you knew? Okay.
Yeah. Yeah.
Thank you for being really open to hearing that. Before we go into any message, the feeling I'm getting is they want you to, I don't know if you heard me snap my fingers, but I, it was such an immediate transition that the pain was not, they didn't feel the pain of the passing. It was very immediate. And that any concern about whether they suffered through the pain, there's no need to feel concerned about that. That's how they're making me feel. And the next thing this person says is in regards to who to hold responsible. This is not easy to say, but this is something that another medium, a very famous medium, says. So this may sound familiar, but let the justice be that my soul is at peace. I'm okay. Do whatever you need to do to hold someone responsible. Spirit has no opinion or it whatever happens in that matter, or however way you want to investigate that for yourself. Whether something comes of it or not, his soul is at peace and he's okay. Do you have a keychain, something on your keys, or did this person have keys that you kept?
Yeah.
Okay, so this is to validate that their soul is okay. He's okay. What is he showing me? Do you toast with, he's showing me a liquor that I'm toasting with, and it was his favorite liquor or drink. Yeah, does that make sense?
I mean, not really. No, I mean because he drank a lot of beer, but not like I wouldn't say hard liquor. Yes.
Okay. So what he's showing me is I'm drinking something like an alcoholic drink. And as I'm drinking, I'm thinking of him. Like I'm drinking what he liked to drink and I'm cheersing with him in mind. So I'm just gonna say that whether it's you or someone else who like, what was this person's name that we're talking about?
Charles.
Charles. So if someone like maybe there's someone who just like to Charles, or they always think of Charles when they do a cheers with a drink. That's what he's talking about. So just knowing that, just to share that when people do things in his honor, whether it's having a drink in honor of him, or thank you, Nico, having a drink in honor of him, or it's yeah, this is where my brain is trying to figure it out, and that's where I need to stop trying to overthink it. But just know that he's aware of the things done in honor of him. And him bringing up the keys or the keychain is just to further validate that regardless of how things happen in the physical world in his life, that he's okay. And because, the images and the feelings he would show me were so vivid, it just shows how strong his soul is. So I leave his love with you, Jen.
Yeah, thank you.
Of course. Thank you for being really open.
Thank you.
And just to everyone else, if you didn't hear from someone tonight, please know that doesn't mean that your loved ones are not with you. In a group of this many people in an hour, it's not always easy to read everybody. But please know that, yes, I'm a psychic medium, but I believe that we are all mediums. Maybe not smart for my business plan, my business model, but it's the honest truth. I believe that we are all connected. I told somebody, I think it was Nico who left, that spirit is always with us. It's not about trying to reach to access them or trying to reach to access God. We are God. We are spirit. We just have to acknowledge their presence. So please know that you don't have to see a medium every month to talk to your loved ones. You can just connect with them. And I see us mediums as just the reminders. Like if you have your favorite meal, sometimes you go to a restaurant for your favorite meal. You could also cook it at home and enjoy it. It may not taste the same, but it's pretty good. Sometimes you need someone to make that meal for you to remind you just how it's made, right? And that's what a medium is here for. So thank you so much for being part of this. And thank you for being part of this special moment for my podcast. And it's not lost on me that this is just a huge support for me. And thank you for also honoring yourself and giving yourself this time to connect with spirit. And I'm going to do the very boring stuff, but my website is juanfranciscospirit.com if for any information about me, about my podcast. And I just send love to all of you. Take care of yourselves. There's a lot going on. Breathe. And I hope you have a beautiful, beautiful rest of your week, everybody. Take care.
Right after the demonstration ended, I had Thea, who is someone that I actually am in mediumship circle with almost every week. She asked me to stay back so she can share something with me about something that she felt incensed when I was sharing a soul with someone else. Here you go.
So I believe that it was my godson, my nephew. Um, he died in his early 30s from a fentanyl heroin overdose. He lived in Miami. His grandmother, my mother, was a champion cook, and he loved everything she cooked. You would walk into her house and just put me at the table and feed me. Um, my mother was a very big in the Catholic Church, huge. She would have statues brought to the house where everybody could come and pray to them. I'm not talking about just Sunday Catholics.
He was a Catholic point of interest.
That's correct. There's just almost on every point, and that's why I wanted, and I even sent you a message because
Oh, right.
I wanted you to realize how much it aligned. Andrew was just the nicest kid. He would light up a room. He had very, very short cropped hair.
Oh, this is the gentleman with the tough stature.
The Mayan, yes. But
Okay.
he was also, he didn't put up with, he came across sometimes as arrogant, but he was a really confident. I would just say overconfident.
Okay.
He was very close shortly before he passed with my daughter. And she was just saying to me yesterday morning about how much she missed Andrew and how he would always check in on her. And the big family joke is ducks with me, and how I had all the eggs and I would make extraordinary meatloaf. I'm telling you, this one duck, the meatloaf was over the moon. It was as if pixie dust was in those eggs.
Wow.
And there was actually a couple other things, but anyway, I needed you to know how much it aligned. And I didn't want to disturb you. I put my hand up, but it was, oh, I know. So my sister, my oldest sister, Andrew's mother, had just had surgery last week to remove some more cancer. So
Okay.
I know Andrew's around all the time anyway, but I think this was to help get a message to my sister Sandra.
Okay. Wow. That's
Yeah.
incredible. Well, as you know, we say in circle, spirit, they can tag team, double team, and do double messages. So that's incredible. Wow. What are the odds of the eggs and the
Well, but it continued, and that's why it's like, oh my gosh, I have to write all of this down. There was nothing. There was absolutely everything you said went into a line that I could check off. There was no question.
May I ask you, were tattoos big for him too?
Oh, well, so I'm not sure. He knew I didn't like tattoos, but I know his sister got a tattoo that was very meaningful. And I believe, but again, this is stuff I'm not privy. But as soon as you said it, I thought that's about Laura, his sister's tattoo to remember Andrew. That's
Interesting.
what I think. I immediately knew it, even though I didn't know it when you said it.
I get it. That's incredible.
I was getting the whole time you were talking, I was getting my electric tingles in my back.
Mhm.
And it's like, Andrew, I got it. I know you're there.
That's very well. Thank you for sharing that, Thea. That's so cool. I mean, I'm not surprised when the piggybacking happens. That's great.
It was just beautiful. And it was so appropriate for the timing, and it will bring such comfort to my sister. So
Good. That's so good to hear. Well, Thea,
yeah,
thank you. And Sharon and Sue Ellen, thank you. My circle peeps, thank you
yeah.
for joining. And thank you, Lindsay. And I appreciate you all.
So this is a good example of when spirit piggybacks. Sometimes we are in a group setting, hearing a medium do their work, and the medium will bring forward a soul, and maybe it's for somebody else at the moment, but there are so many things resonating with you regarding someone that you knew in the physical world. I believe that that is also your loved one talking to you when there's so many similarities. Spirit is limitless. They can do anything. So I believe they can piggyback, and they can give messages to multiple people at the same time, even if the medium is talking to one person. So I hope you enjoyed that mediumship demonstration, and I hope to do more like this in the future. And of course, if you're interested in getting a reading with me, just go to juanfranciscospirit.com. Have a beautiful rest of your day. Follow the podcast and please leave a review. If you want me to talk about a specific subject on the podcast or you have a question for the podcast, go to juanfranciscospirit.com and go to my contact page and submit that question.